Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And of course, we got my man John Gardner in the house tonight. And man, it has been an interesting week to say the least when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. Boy, I have been called everything but a child of God because I had a friend of mine who is an anonymous source who gave me some information, and of course, I've been called a liar, a clickbaiter, and everything else. But here's the thing. You know what, John? I'm gonna let you talk because I've been
master clickbaiter.
I've been called a master a lot of things, but not a master clickbaiter and things like that. But how you doing tonight, Keith? Gravy Food, Isaac, No Dak Ninja. Man, why are you going to be like that to Dak? Because, look, buddy, you may not like Dak, but here's the thing. You want us to pay a Sam Bradford $20 million? What's your choices and what's your options? You need to get behind Dak Prescott and hope that he can be all he can be. I mean, this stuff kills me. Doesn't it kill you, John?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's our quarterback. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. How many of these bums out here have to be around here to get these paydays before we realize, okay, we got us an all right one right now, so let's just rock. It's the second year, so let's go.
Yeah, they kill me. But you know what? I'm learning myself here with the, I'm not saying I'm big time or anything like that. I've got fans out here, but I got a lot of people that just call me an idiot and just hate me and go after me relentlessly. So I guess that just goes along with the territory. You're a target. Before we get to the main news, speaking of targets, did you see about TMZ and Zeke?
Yeah, man. TMZ, man. Let me tell you something.
That, boy, got a bad tickle in my throat.
What's up, VA Finest?
When I was doing the live stream last night, somebody said, man, there's another video out of Zeke out, and I was like, oh, damn. I was just saying that I think Zeke gets it. But watching TMZ, if you haven't seen it, I shouldn't say go see it because then you're doing exactly what TMZ wants. But literally, Zeke went out shoe shopping and apparently spent a good chunk of change on buying shoes, a couple of grand and all that. But, he's a millionaire, so that's no big deal. And he was minding his own business, walking to the car, and TMZ is literally badgering him with all these questions and things. And it's like, Tom Brady was chugging beer. So can you beat Tom Brady?
Yeah.
The rapper, I can't remember the rapper and all. Yeah, he said that you guys partied and got weird. Any comment about being weird? And it's just like, dude, it's just literally just, I'm just going to walk straight ahead. I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to put my stuff in the car, and I'm going to leave. But they are literally going after him. And you would think that he was the only person in the NFL to ever have a problem.
I mean, guess what? Like they call you Mr. Clickbait. TMZ is the master clickbaiters. Period.
Why not go look at, say, Odell? You remember it was just last week?
That's a hell of a question.
Can you
that's a hell of a question. I didn't even think about that.
No, last week after our show was right when all that stuff broke about Odell.
Absolutely. Not one story.
Is the NFL going to investigate that?
Oh, how about they go after that baseball player that just beat the hell out of his girlfriend?
Well, no, we can't go baseball now. We'll stick to the NFL.
Okay, yeah, we'll stick to the NFL. I'm just saying.
Listen, but we got Alden Smith. We had that situation. We also had my man Wildman, drunk drive and blows a .15 and goes the wrong way in the Lincoln Tunnel and hits a bus.
But this is what we have to realize.
I'd like to see a TMZ video of that one.
We have to realize that when you say Cowboys, that automatically gets everybody's attention. Like Cowboys, either you love them or you hate them. It's probably something with your senses where it's like, I bet if they do some kind of a psychological study and they say the word Cowboys,
yeah,
like you're gonna get some type of a response out of people. Like if you put 100 people in the room. Like,
shout out to Jackie Smith, how you doing tonight? Sandman and stuff, who's always giving me the throwback comments and stuff and things about my haircut. Yeah. We'll be good on that. Joe Boo. What did my source say? Okay. Lordy. All right. I'm at work. Excuse me, I wasn't at work, actually, with the tax man getting reamed out. And my man calls, and he's given me information before, and I haven't used it and things like that. But, he said, listen, they're working on trying to make a deal for Earl Thomas. He said, here's what the latest thing is that they've done. They've basically gone back to them and said, look, we'll give you a 4th-round draft pick, and we'll throw in Orlando Scandrick. and that they're talking back and forth. We had reports the night before that Seattle called Dallas and said, hey, we know you need a safety. We got Earl Thomas. How about you give us a number 1 pick for him? The Cowboys said, yeah. Didn't you just give Michael Bennett away for 5th round?
Yeah.
So the Cowboys said, we'll talk to you later. But that started the ball rolling. So the Cowboys countered and said, okay, you want a deal? How about a 4th round in Orlando? And that's what my man said. He said they're negotiating between the two. There's an interest there. I didn't say the deal was done, that he's coming. I said this, and I told you guys exactly what he said. They're talking back and forth. And the interesting thing is right now, you don't hear Seattle denying anything. You don't hear the Cowboys saying, when we heard about Dominic Sue, what did they say?
Well, they said that they were interested. I heard interested, and then I heard
for a moment,
not
no, we're not interested.
Yeah.
What did we hear about? Let's see, who else was out there? Honey Badger.
Not interested right off the bat. Right off the bat.
What have you heard about Earl Thomas?
Interested. Actually, I've heard that they're in talks with Seattle. That's what I've heard. That's an actual fact. They're in talks with Seattle.
Okay. So all you people who have been out there saying, you're a liar, you're a piece of crap, what's your source? Wait a minute. If you were had a government informant who told you something and you said, oh, here's the guy that said it, you know what? He'd probably be sleeping with the fishes.
And you know what else? Just because Orlando Scandrick might have been thrown in there doesn't mean Seattle took it. Like, I do negotiations for a living. Like, I mean, you say a whole bunch of different things and people can reject it. Like, if I propose you something, you have the right to reject it and propose me something back. So,
Dez 22, yeah. If the Seahawks are trying to rebuild, why would they take Orlando? Because it's a stopgap measure, cheap. You got to put somebody on the field. You can't rebuild the whole team completely. Here's the thing: Orlando Scandrick is only $4 million. You've got Earl Thomas, who's $8.5 million, who says, "I'm not coming back unless I get a long-term deal. I'll hold out." So you're looking at, if you're keeping Earl Thomas, paying, he's the one with a long-term deal. You're talking about $30 million or so for 2-3 years. So they're looking at, okay, we got to move on, but we only have 4 draft picks right now. We need somebody to put on the field, and he's dirt cheap. He's half the price right now. So he gives us something for the moment. So that's why the Cowboys want to go ahead and say, hey, look, we're going to release him. We don't want him. He's not in our plans. Here, take him on our hands. You're giving us $3.7 million in cap room, and instead of us getting nothing, we're getting something. So that's why you offer something like that. It's not that Seattle said, yeah, let's do this. They're still negotiating. And here's the thing. It's still really quiet, and there's nothing out there that's going on. That's why I still believe it's being in the works. And it may take some time before the Cowboys decide to pull the trigger on it. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, no, I didn't say no. No, I didn't say no, and I didn't say yes. But I believe they are still working on it. They're talking about it. They're trying to figure out. Seattle's trying to get as much as they can get.
And if you think about it, the longer this draws out, because they say that several teams are interested, but you got to call their bluff. If there's several teams interested and somebody offered you a first and a third, you're taking that all damn day.
Exactly.
That's just not true. The longer this draws out, the more advantage the Cowboys actually have, in my opinion.
Right, because they want that pick.
Exactly.
Now, one quick note and stuff. We'll do our drawing later on tonight and everything else. Anybody who ends up doing a donation or a super chat are entered into the drawing tonight. We're going to go ahead and do another shirt. I've got another. I'm not sure which one this was. I got to look at it when we pull it out. But any super chats tonight or any donations, when you go to cowboyjobu.com, enter you into the draft. So we're in a holding pattern. Other than that, the only other move we have done in free agency is re-sign Brian Price.
Well, we the franchise tag too.
Well, okay, true. We did franchise tag DeMarcus Lawrence.
And the tender, so.
And the tender. Love me tender. Oh, okay. This trade probably won't happen until draft day. It's possible. But I would think that they wouldn't wait too long because they don't want to risk losing him. And Seattle, I would think that, the draft is literally only a month away. And speaking of the draft, I'm getting excited, man.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Okay, so he's not going to be able to be down on the drive with us, but he's meeting us there on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. When it gets real, day 2.
I can't wait to be sitting out there in the
I
parking
need that
lot.
Jobu punch, man. Where is the Jobu punch?
Believe me, well, we're going to make plenty of that. But to be sitting out there at the draft with that RV, with the big screen TV, projection screen TV. Matt, you are now entered into the drawing. Thank you. I will never win, but sign you up. Hey, don't say that you won't ever win. Don't ever say that.
And you know what else? This reminds me of, you remember they used to have the Madden bus when Madden wouldn't fly anywhere and they would just go all over the place? Like, you have the Madden bus going to the draft.
Well, this...
With Madden on the bus.
Well, okay, Madden ain't going to be on the bus. Joe Boo's going to be on the bus, okay? Cowboys Nation going to be on the bus. You'll be on the bus coming back, but, yeah, we're going to have a ball on that thing. Oh, man. The way they're going to have that thing set up, they're going to literally kick Philadelphia's ass. Like I said, I hated to admit that Philadelphia did a hell of a job at the draft last year, but it was incredible. The way they had that open stage, which was basically the steps of the art museum that Rocky ran up. Not that he's real, okay, Eagle fans? He's not a real guy, all right? Just understand, Rocky is not real.
Oh, God.
But the way they had it was great because that first night they estimated there was 100,000 people that were, between the stage and outside of it. They had 2 huge jumbotrons on each side of it, and the whole stage was open, so you could still look in and see. And even back through the crowd, they had other jumbotrons, so it was just like a great party. In fact, remember that drunk guy we saw that was literally stumbling, Eagle fan, and finally fell down, and all his friends are just literally looking at him on the ground. It's like, yeah, the city of brotherly love, gotta love it. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And all I remember from that draft is, wasn't it Drew Pearson that went on stage and talked all that trash? Oh, they got to bring him back. But it sucks, though, because they won this year.
You know what's crazy?
I think he might have jinxed it.
That was that was the second night.
Yeah.
Me, Michael, and Joe Boo, we were in the second row. We were on the second row when that happened. What was so crazy, because when he came out there, you could not hear what he was actually saying. There was a crowd of us Cowboy fans all there in the front, right there in front of the podium on the ground. And, and we're saying, how about them Cowboys? And you got Eagles that are chanting back, Cowboys suck. And we were chanting back and forth. I didn't know what was said until after we got back to the hotel that night.
Buddy went off,
and,
man.
And that was like one of the great moments that you'll ever see. It has like, we were flipping there.
You saw it live.
Yes.
You couldn't hear it.
Jason Crawford, thank you for the super chat. Hey, I'm hoping that I'm not going to say that we're going to go to the big dance, but I'm hoping we go to the big dance. I would love to see that, but we've got a lot of work to do between here and there. We got to get some players, and we got to get some better coaching. But I have faith.
Crickets.
No. I'm going to tell you. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like our defense is going to be the difference maker for us this year.
I need a little bit more to happen for me to believe that.
Come on. Let's just think about where we had problems at the beginning of the year. We couldn't cover anybody. Why couldn't we cover anybody? Awuzie, hamstring, every time he went out there, boom, pulled that hamstring again, so he wasn't a factor.
They were also young, too, early in the year. They stopped being rookies.
Lewis played well, consistent the whole season. But then Anthony Brown had taken a step back. We had Jeff Heath as our starting safety. Okay?
We still have Jeff Heath as our starting safety.
At the moment.
Yeah.
But there's still the draft, and there's still free agency. There's the second round of free agency after the draft. You never know what we might be able to pull in. For some reason, we may end up getting some extra cash come June 1st.
We will have some extra cash coming.
But I just look at the fact that Lewis will be coming back his second year.
Okay. But
Byron Jones, this is what I really love.
Yeah.
No. This is what I really love. The fact that Byron Jones is going to corner and has to compete.
Yeah, he does have to compete.
When you get guys that have to fight for the starter, I think they work that much harder. If I already know, man, I'm the starter. It's my position. Am I really going out to bust myself?
Maybe that's why Anthony Brown sucked last year. But that was also one of my. I mean, he didn't suck, but he struggled, and that's why I need to see Lewis do it again. I need to see him have another good year because Anthony Brown, we thought he was ready, and I mean he had some struggles last year. So
Marcus Tucker, thank you very much for the super chat. You're into our drawing that'll come up in a little bit. So we both think that Jordan Lewis should do better, right?
he should, yeah, absolutely, he should. And
Okay.
Moving Byron back should be good for everybody.
Okay, right.
Should be.
Right. So you're going to have some competition. Oh, actually, hadn't opened up the lines, but we'll go ahead and take this. Hello, you're on the Joe Boo Sports line. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Christian?
Christian from Texas.
Hey, Christian, how you doing tonight?
Christian. Good. I got a question for both of y'all.
Uh-oh, for both of us. Go ahead.
So I'm sure you're talking about Earl Thomas being traded and all that, like your sources and all that. Like us fans, like we're all like all mad and shit. Like
I heard the Earl Thomas part.
Yeah. Like us fans are like we're all like mad and shit at y'all. Like the Earl Thomas trade, the sources, like where'd you get all the sources from?
I'm sorry, I didn't get. Did you get it? Get the question?
I didn't. Did you ask where we got the sources from on Earl Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The source that I've actually been following is Mike Fisher. He's actually a insider, a local insider in Dallas. He's actually well renowned for a lot of the information he puts out. If you follow him on Twitter, you'll have the latest up to date. He also has his own website, but that's normally where I've been getting all my news. And if you go to my channel, which we'll talk about it a little bit later, I actually put up some of the tweets and all of that type of stuff that he puts out. So that's where I've been getting my last up to date stuff. But also, I mean, Joe Boo's been providing a lot of information as well. So I mean, we talk back and forth a lot.
Thank you very much for your call. Yeah, I'm not going to reveal where. Okay, look, I have a few friends. Okay, I know it's hard to believe. I do have some friends and stuff, and I have people listen. I've got guys out there, and shout outs to all of you guys who end up sending me links to things and all that because I've got a day job. I believe it. I do this for fun. I enjoy talking about football, and have been kind of disillusioned by a lot of the same narrative you always get on ESPN and things like that. So that's where I knew I was seeing BS. I said, you know what, let me go out there at least be a reasonable voice and give you something else to think about. And over the years, I've been to a few events, and I've gotten to know a few people here and there and so on. And, you know, from time to time, I get some people that I know people that, you know, tell me stuff. Doesn't mean it's going to always be right or true, but at the moment, nobody's saying, no, it's not. So I'm not going to give you a person's name that's helped me out, but shout out to you, and I'll appreciate any other good tips that you have for me. But, you know, so that's where we have it. But, you know, I go through. I'm part of NFL media, so I get all the press releases and everything else that come out from the NFL directly. You know, I've got all of the news sources and things like that on Twitter and, you know, the different groups. So I get text alerts. I get, you know, everything that happens or anything that happens, boom, I hear it one way or the other. And I try and go through it and check the source and see, is this credible, and try and put all the things together. But here's the thing. Nobody out there is always right.
It's true.
Look at Ian Rappaport. He makes the weathermen look like they're 100.
True.
Remember, Ian Rappaport you know, so while you guys are killing me, Ian Rappaport reported just a couple weeks ago that they were not interested in doing any kind of trade for Earl Thomas, that he was getting a long-term contract and was part of their long-term future. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
So you guys are killing me because I said they're talking. This Jack Bag said they wasn't even gonna be an idea, a thought, or anything else. So you know, it is what it is. Got another.
Evidently, everybody else heard what he said, and I didn't, because he was asking about the Scandrick question.
Yeah,
I thought he was just asking like what we was hearing the latest up to date news on Earl Thomas.
Cowboys X Factor did a super chat. Appreciate that. Heard you were clowning me the other night talking about my sources and thing, huh? Don't worry. I know and see everything. I'm like your mother. I've got eyes in the back of my head. So you might want to watch your step. And Rodney Fink, I appreciate the super chat. You guys are all entered into our drawing. Now, here's the big teaser for everybody. Should I go ahead and play the clip?
Go ahead, man.
Let me go ahead and put this clip on here. There was an interesting visit today in Dallas. Let's see if we get, okay. Sorry about that. So the other camera, there's no sound to. All right, so I've got to do a little work. Sorry about that. No sound. We need to go back to where we were on there. Apologize, guys. I had a little technical difficulty. I was trying to do something new, which was switching up cameras, and unfortunately, I forgot to set the audio to that camera. So we won't switch back to that camera tonight. We'll leave that one off.
Okay.
Forgive me. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm old in technology challenge. I'm learning how to run the studio, and we'll get that straight. But Calvin Ridley. Your thoughts on Calvin Ridley?
I think that he's by far the best. I think that he's the best receiver prospect in the draft. I see a lot of guys in the comments talking about DJ Moore. DJ Moore, to me, he's second on my board. I think that where Calvin is strong, DJ isn't as strong, and where DJ is strong, Calvin isn't as strong. So obviously they're both fast. They showed it at the combine. I think Ridley's a bit better route runner. I think that he's better hands, better at making contested catches. DJ Moore, he's a guy that he's a lot like Steve Smith. He actually came into the combine a little bit bigger than what people thought, at 6 feet, about 210. and he can break a lot of tackles and make things happen. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one. But yeah, Calvin Ridley is the real deal. I think that he would fit in perfectly with our system and what we want to use him for. And I don't think, as Dak has been struggling with his accuracy, I don't think he can miss somebody that wide open all the time.
Okay, sorry, I had to go back and get some more cards because we had more super chats than I had here in the stack. So, well, I just suck at this stuff. But Thomas Johnson and Chaz J both added to the drawing he will have in a couple minutes. So the question is, would you make that move?
What move?
Calvin Ridley? If
19?
Calvin Ridley is sitting there
at
with
19?
the 19th.
I was telling Michael Anthony Fitness over there. I was like, man, he asked me if I would take Vita Vea or if Calvin Ridley, if both of them were right there, and I was like, the football move is to take Vita, but the sexy pick is Calvin Ridley, man. I probably would take Vita as a football guy trying to win a Super Bowl. I would take Vita, but Calvin would be really tough to turn down at 19, guys. He really would be tough to turn down.
Okay, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that's really crazy. Hypothetically, if they were both sitting there,
trade down.
If somebody wants both of them, trade back just a couple of spaces. You might still get one of them and get another pick.
Yeah,
that's the kind of wheel and deal that you want to do. If you had an opportunity to get to improve, because I'm telling you, I never trade up. I never believe in trading up because you're risking not one but two players potentially or more, depending on how many picks you're talking about.
Hopefully I can hear this call.
Okay.
Eagles fan.
Oh God.
Okay. You're our first Eagle fan calling into the Joe Boo Sports Report, and we've got our finger on the button. What can we do for you tonight?
I just want to say from the first, we're the Super Bowl champions. We're gonna beat you two times a day. 2 times a year, man. We're coming for y'all.
Okay, and your name is? Hello? Huh?
Eagle fan.
Eagle fan. Oh, you won't give us your real name, huh? All right. Well, shout out to you. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be a sportsman here. Congratulations, Eagle fan, on finally winning a Super Bowl after 52 years. So now we don't have to worry about hearing about your world championships back before I was born. So congratulations, my man. Thanks for calling in, man, and being a great sport.
For the Eagles fan.
Okay, right. You get the Jason Garrett Clapper Award. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Now, we're still working on trying to get – you haven't met Tom Donnelly, the moron, Eagle fan. He may be coming with us to the draft. And, Tom, if you're listening, I'm telling you, we've got a Giant fan that's going with us.
We don't have any recipes.
We have some fresh meat that we can definitely take care of. I missed that last person.
Is that Chaz Green?
Not Chaz. No, not Chaz Green. King of the North and Robert Roots. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let me get you guys added to the list.
What? The King of the North?
Yeah, King of the North.
I thought you dead and came back to life.
Okay. Well, King of the North now is Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah.
You know, here's the thing, not to be talking about Kirk Cousins too much, but, boy, they're going after him here in Washington, man. They really hate Kirk Cousins here. It was funny because they're saying he should have given us a hometown discount. It's like,
For what?
It's like, why? You guys gave him nothing but a hard way to go. I mean, for once, you guys actually had a starting quarterback that was staying upright and actually completing passes. And you guys kept saying, we need to see more. You didn't seem to need to see more of RG3 and keep throwing his ass out there. But the interesting thing is what he said, and it kind of made me go, didn't he just get $90 million guaranteed or close to $90 million? He said this team's going to win a lot of games. Didn't they do that last year?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I guess that means that he didn't think they were going to win a lot of games here.
Yeah, but hold on. You just got a guaranteed contract for 3 years. Wait a minute. You could break your leg tomorrow, sit out for 3 years, and then go to another team, and you're still getting paid.
He got that mid-level NBA contract in the NFL, man. He's about to change the game. That's the only thing that makes me really excited about his signing is that he's going to change the game for some of these players out here who really need it.
Maybe or maybe not. Depends on how he does. But here's the thing to me. This team was in the NFC Championship game with a great defense. And they're paying you close to $90 million guaranteed. Shouldn't you be thinking about Super Bowl?
Yeah, they paid you that money because they think that you are the one that's going to take us over the hump.
That to me, that's what they're saying. And we're going to win a bunch of games. No, that ain't. No,
we're a Super Bowl contender.
You better be.
And maybe that's part of his problem. Maybe that's part of his problem.
Yeah, I see there's still a lot of hate here for Dak Prescott. Dak is just the backup. And Steeman Willie Beeman, another resident Eagle fan, I see you're putting up Pac-Man Jones. Pac-Man Jones basically came through and had a cup of coffee with the Dallas Cowboys, okay? He's been in it since...
Come on, give him a little bit more credit than that. He had some strippers in Dallas too, man.
Okay, but no, seriously. Okay, the Cowboys didn't hold on to him and say he's our guy. They realized he's a problem child and they got rid of him. So how is it that you're still holding on to him being a Cowboy? When you got Burfict out there, who's the gift that keeps giving, PEDs suspension 4 games now.
Yeah.
I mean, how is it that he's still in the NFL?
I mean, like I told you guys earlier, because he can play. That's why he's still in the NFL. If he couldn't play, if he was just an average player, he'd have been gone a long time ago, but homeboy can play.
All right. So somebody asked, True Blue says, should we get Ndamukong Suh?
I thought it was a good idea. If you could somehow make it a 1-year type of a deal, yeah, but, I mean, he's not looking for that.
He's looking for a whole
He's looking for a whole lot of money.
You're talking about $17 million. Now, is he somebody that can plug up the middle? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, Jackie. Don't hold anything back. She says Romo sucks.
I mean,
shout out to Jackie. I hope to see you at the draft.
Which one? Who's all coming to the draft? Let me know who's coming to the draft so we can meet you guys.
Well, we're going to have quite a few people there. We're actually, one of the other things that we're going to do that's going to be really fun is we're actually going to do a wing challenge with some of Joe Boo's wings.
What?
We're going to have some mild, some hot, some extra hot, some fire in the hole, and your eyeballs bleed. Wings. And we're going to see how far some of you guys can get with these wings. So, yeah, we're going to have a ball in Dallas. After this year, he will be done. I tell you what, Ed, I'm trying to understand why. Are you hoping for that or you believe that? Cleveland Brown wants to know choice between Earl Thomas or the Honey Badger. Ooh. Well, the Honey Badger, it depends on cost. But Honey Badger is definitely younger.
I mean, they play 2 different positions as well, too, though.
True.
So Honey Badger's more of a strong safety in the box, man-to-man with your slot receiver.
Yeah.
And Earl's a little bit over the top, rangy. Mm-hmm. So I really don't think it is picking between both of them as much as it is we needing a free safety.
Yeah, we do need free. Earl Thomas news. Right now, there is no news on Earl Thomas. In fact, there is no news from the Dallas Cowboys at all. That's what's driving me crazy because, I keep checking everything and you'll see, rumors, 10 minutes ago. NFL, boom. I'll see Eagles always 5 minutes ago. And then you see Dallas Cowboys 8 hours ago.
So let me ask you a question because I heard that what he's really looking for, Earl Thomas is looking for, even if we get him, is looking for 5 years, $55 million, 30 guaranteed. What do you think about that?
I got to think about that one more. That's what he may be looking for, but, reality is another thing, too.
Yeah. Reality is another thing, and I'm thinking, as much as I really like Earl Thomas, I can't really mortgage our future on him at this point. I can't do that because we have a quarterback that I think is going to be solid. I know we got a solid running back that's Maybe not once in a. Yeah, he's a once in a lifetime back in my opinion. He's gonna set all sorts of records. He probably would have done a lot way more if he wasn't suspended.
Oh, well, without a doubt.
I mean at least I'm thinking
I think-
1,400.
Yeah, but I think even just the fact of the seesaw up and down, if he's going to be playing, if he's not going to be playing, that had to mess with your psyche. Because, literally we're finding out Friday, oh, you can play. Okay, well, I didn't get to practice all week, and now I've got to go out and play. So I think even when he did play, it was still on his mind because, I mean, wouldn't you feel kind of you seeing all this stuff in the news, people are constantly talking to you, people are badgering. You're not doing anything and people are chasing you down. Morpheus D. Oh, well, Morpheus, I look forward to seeing you down there. You know what's funny, Morpheus, is how the Eagle fans at the draft last year were booing the crap out of. Every time Roger Goodell came up on stage, boo, boo, we hate you, F you, Roger, and everything. Roger walked through the crowd.
And they were cool.
Every one of them. I kid you not. They showed him so much love. It was crazy. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all a bunch of fake bitches. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw, I was like, Roger's going to walk through this. Are you kidding me?
You know what probably happened? They probably think Roger's a small dude, and then when you see him in
Roger's
person,
a big guy.
yeah, Roger's a big dude. That's probably what happened.
You see me over there with Roger, right? You see how he's taller than I am.
Yeah.
I actually looked a little bit better back then. I was a little skinnier back then. My hair was one color, I believe, too. But, that was back in the day there. But one other thing before we do our drawing here that's interesting. Since the last time we were here, we were thinking about what would happen with Dez Bryant. Mm-hmm. And Dez is still here.
I was telling you before here, I don't think you have to make a decision on Dez right now.
No.
I mean, really, from what I was talking to Mike Fisher a little bit last night, you really don't got to make too. Yeah, I still got some, but yeah, but really, you don't have to make any money moves right now unless you are going to make a move. And I think that Cowboys get so much press at this point that anytime they make a move, you kind of can see what they're going to do, and everybody's going to report about it. Like I said, Jerry Jones could switch from Charmin to Scott's toilet paper, which he probably wouldn't, and they were reported on TMZ or whatever. So I think that it's part of what the Cowboys do as far as just, I guess, hiding their hand and not showing too much of what they do. But
Marco Franchetti, you're added to the list too. Well, here's what's interesting. This is what I was saying with Cowboys Nation. Him and I I think it's going to be a regular thing because, he's young and got different ideas. I'm kind of old and have different ideas myself. What we were kind of saying about Dez Bryant is he's kind of been put on notice.
yeah, he has. They tried to replace him.
We're keeping you, Dez.
They tried to replace him.
Because Sammy Watkins was way too expensive. He's basically the same price you are, and his numbers weren't even as good as yours. But we looked for a guy at your position.
They were going to pay him close to that $16 million.
Right.
Shout out to I'll give Cowboy X Factor credit for that. He told me, I didn't believe it. I can't believe they were competitive. They were competitive with that offer.
Just watch the mocking me there, buddy. I thought you were my boy and everything, but man, you got jokes on me, but hurt my feelings, man. I thought we were tight, but anyway. But here's the interesting thing. What happens if Calvin Ridley happens to be sitting there at 19? Do you draft him and say, you know what, we can use that money at Dez's elsewhere, that June 1st, $12.5 million?
I think it depends, man. Because if we're going to shore up the defense, then I'm all for cutting Dez. But we can't, in my opinion, you don't want to take one of your better players, because he still is one of our better players on offense. You don't want to take one of your better players off of the offensive side of the ball, and then we weaken that. Because if our defense isn't shored up, our offense is obviously what's going to carry us. But, I mean, if you take Dez off, we don't have Bryce Butler anymore. I'm not going to say Bryce Butler was a world beater, but when we had him in there without Dez, you really couldn't tell a difference. But you don't want to take both of them off, and then you have a rookie guy that putting so much pressure on. That's how you create bust.
Well, shout out to Steve there who says, and I thank you because you definitely have sense, that the Cowboys' whole offense went backwards, not just Dak. Everybody played bad on the offense.
Hey,
On the offense.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
You're on the Joe Boo Sports Report. Hopefully you're not an Eagle fan. Hello.
No, I'm not an Eagle fan. Well, what's going on, Joe Boo?
Not too much.
Robert, I just had a quick question for you guys.
Sure. What's the question?
So you were talking about free agency, and aside from Earl Thomas, who would you like to see the Dallas Cowboys pursue this offseason?
Good question.
Okay. One guy, if we can't get Earl Thomas, I would like to see us make a hard push at Kenny Vaccaro. I would like to. Right now, nobody has signed him unless sometimes we're here and then something happens and we.
Right.
But I would like to see us make a hard push at Kenny Vaccaro if we can't get Earl Thomas.
Definitely, that would be a good one. I'd like to actually look around and see what linemen are actually going to end up being free, because if we could get a guard or a swing tackle at a reasonable price, I would love to see us be able to do that. And then, again, if we can get a piece or two, we all know the needs. We need a guard. We need a swing tackle. We need wide receivers. Okay, I can't say I'm sold on anybody right now as far as our receivers go. If we did get Calvin Ridley, maybe you keep him for with Dez for one more year. And then you've maybe really got something going there. We definitely need a linebacker, a middle linebacker who's a beast. It actually hurt me that DeMario signed.
I know it did.
only $24 million, $8 million a year.
Actually,
Anthony Hitchens got $9 million. Okay,
how much was it? 18 guaranteed?
18 guaranteed, but no. Come on. I got to put my glasses off on this one.
You knew the situation.
In fact, I got to get some. I got Joe Boo a refill on this one.
Can we
wait.
talk about Eric Reed after we talk about him?
Yes, we can. Hold it. Anthony Hitchens got $9 million a year. Okay. Demario Davis, who led the NFL in solo tackles with 97, had 5 sacks.
Yeah,
135. Got less money than Anthony Hitchens. Did we even make a call?
But do you know the situation though with the standard for national anthem?
what?
That might be part of it because he was part of the. Yeah, that may be. But you know what? Football is about winning. Okay.
I think they're looking to. I think they're going to draft a linebacker. That's what I think. They're probably looking to draft a linebacker. That's the only thing I can think of. Because why wouldn't you make the call?
All right, before we get to your man, I actually meant to do our drawing here earlier. Everybody who did a super chat, boy. And anybody who's done donations to help out for, who's done donations and done super chats to help out for our trip. Don't look. You can't look at them. Come on, you just got to stick your hand in and grab one. All right, we're doing a drawing for a Joe Boo autograph by Lyle Collins t-shirt.
Oh, wow, he just put it in tonight. Marcus Tucker.
Okay, Marcus. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it from here. Marcus Tucker is the winner. Email me at cowboyjoeboo. Oh, the person's still online. cowboyjoeboo.com. I'm sorry, cowboysmark94 at Gmail. And we'll get your address and everything else, so that way we can get that to you, and I'll go ahead and actually type that in. But you wanted to talk about, who did you want to talk about?
Oh, B. Parker brought up, he said that Eric Reed is still available. And I'm going to touch on why Eric Reed is not even a possibility. And it has nothing to do with his on-the-field ability. And it's something that I hate being a Cowboys fan. It's because of how outspoken he is about the police brutality and all of that type of stuff. That's why we're never going to look at a guy like that. And as far as
that's probably with DeMario too, because DeMario was part of the anthem protest. In fact, he was one of the ones with Malcolm Butler who helped negotiate with the NFL the $100 million over 10 years to go back to communities.
Yeah, and Tyrann Mathieu, I know for a fact it has nothing to do with his playing ability. It has everything to do with the fact that he had those off-the-field trouble. And I don't understand why this is a football team. I don't understand why we're trying to build a choir. We're choir boys. It's a football team. I mean, you have to be an animal to play. You got to be a little bit nuts to play this game.
That's the thing that always kills me. That and if you've never played football, you don't understand.
You got to be
But they
nuts.
always try and make it like it's a gentleman's sport, like it's golf or something. You would be amazed at some of the things that go on. The stuff that guys have to do to be able to stay on the field. Between the medication, the acupuncture, playing through injuries and stuff. Literally Monday morning not being able to physically get out of bed and hoping by Tuesday that you're able to start being able to get around and somehow be able to play by Sunday. The things, they're modern day gladiators.
Absolutely.
And they're literally taking years off their lives.
Yeah.
And so we always want to think that football is, no. If you've ever been at the bottom of a fumble,
yeah, man.
bad things, man. Bad things. Skinny legs. Are we talking about Sam Bradford?
They're talking about Wentz.
Yeah, well, Sam Bradford, that's what I used to always say. Sam Bradford had the skinniest legs. He had chicken legs. It's like, you look at them and like they bust open. But, yeah, that's the thing that I like about Dak Prescott, because Dak is built like a linebacker.
Yeah,
he can take a hit and things like that. You look at some of these guys that are quarterbacks, and you look at them and say, yeah, they can't take a hit. So, and we found out he could after Claiborne, who New England is talking to right now. Claiborne, you ought to send a check to Chaz Green because he definitely helped make you make a whole lot more money.
Send him some flowers.
Flowers. Actually, Eric Flowers got kicked from the left side, now is going to be right tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Since the Giants signed Solder.
Yeah,
right. So, yeah, I'm sure he's happy about that. The Giants are making a few more moves, so, they're trying to get out of the basement. They've cut a lot of players, too. They're making moves. The Redskins, although I think the Redskins have a long, long way to go, they're making moves as well. The funniest thing that I heard today from the Redskins?
What?
They said they think they got their long-term quarterback.
Alex Smith?
I was like...
It sounds funny, man, but if they build a team around him, he's not going to lose them games. He's not going to be Peyton Manning.
Is long-term 2 years?
He's
36 years old.
You think they're going to draft a guy? They did draft Cousins.
No, I'm sorry. No. I can say, yeah, he's a quarterback. But long-term?
If they felt like they wanted a long-term quarterback, why didn't they draft one last year?
No, it was funny. They said they believe he can play into his 40s. Whoa, Redskins. Yeah. You make me feel better about my Cowboys. That's all I can say.
Yeah. They're the only team in America that gets out-coached by Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
They're the only team we have the coaching advantage against. Everybody else, nope, not so much.
Don't I feel sorry for Eric Flowers now that they got Nate Solder? He's still got it. Listen, they told him to go from the left to the right. The right side is easier to play than the left because, hopefully you've got lesser talent that's going on. Although the way the Eagles have got the all-star defensive line, I don't think it matters where you're going to play. You're going to be playing against somebody good either way.
Somebody said move Dak to linebacker.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Y'all talking about my quarterback. That's my teammate. That's my leader.
We should move Dez
and if you're going to talk about him, you're going to talk about me too. Because it's not fair.
Could we move Dez to free safety? He bats down a lot of balls.
I don't know. Is he faster than Heath?
Nah. Heath runs like a 4.4.
Yeah, we see him as he's chasing behind the receivers with his bad angles.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My opinion on Dez in 2018 stats. Well, here's the thing. We were touching on Dez there for a minute. Dez has been kind of put on notice. Dez is now working with a route coach. So I think Dez realized, I got the ball this year. What's your thought? You're thinking something there.
Yeah, I'm thinking something. I'm like, okay, so you wait until they ask you to take a pay cut to go and get a route coach? Come on, man. I'm not buying that. That's his agent trying to sell us something. Come on, man. Where was the route coach when you came into the league? Where was the route coach when you couldn't run? When you were rounding off routes the whole time?
You know why?
You couldn't get off the line. Where was your route coach?
This goes to back what I said about Byron Jones. Byron Jones is now in a group of guys, and we got to fight it out for a position. When has Dez Bryant ever had to worry about if I was starting or not? He could go through training. I'm injured. I don't have to practice.
I think
I
when
know
he first
Sunday I'm
came
gonna
in,
play. Now all of a sudden, wait a minute.
when he first came in, we
Wait a
had
minute.
Miles
Wait,
Austin.
you talking about a pay cut? Wait. You were talking to another guy? That's kind of like with your woman. Your woman will screw you, man. Whatever. Let her think that you looking at somebody else. What does your woman start doing then? If she thinks she's about to be replaced?
She either gonna spaz out or she gonna step her game up.
Thank you. And that's where hopefully Dez is right now. Shit.
Well, I think
I
bringing
can
in
do-
Ridley would make him step his game up.
I
think bringing in Ridley or a receiver like DJ Moore or somebody that's going to take some of them targets away from him.
Yeah.
When you get your opportunities, you're going to make the most out of it because you don't see the ball coming your way as much anymore.
You know, I'm old, okay? And football was a lot different when I grew up because, see, now with that last collective bargaining agreement where you had so many veterans that actually were part of the negotiation where they stopped practicing as much. They, only have one padded practice a day during camp. You only have 11 padded practices during the season, and you have to have all of those done by week 11 where they don't tackle to the ground, okay? That's one of the reasons why I look at tackling, why there's such poor tackling, because nobody practices tackling. Everybody just tries to do a headshot, and I swear I believe it leads to more concussions because, guys, we were taught you drive your head across the body, okay, try and basically get the guy, his waist and stuff right here, wrap him up, and drive him backwards. That's not what you see. You see guys just lead with their head and bam, just trying to deliver a blow. But I believe that lack of hitting and stuff has led to these guys not really, we just show up on Sunday. I think it's a different mentality. For us, we would get out there in the Tennessee drills. Did you guys ever do Tennessee drills?
Nah, what is that? What drill is that?
Oh, man. The coach would set up two cones about 3 yards apart.
Okay.
You'd have a defensive lineman, offensive lineman.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
You'd have a running back, and you'd have a linebacker back there.
Yeah, we practiced. We still do that in high school. We still do that with our kids.
They don't do that kind of stuff anymore. And we used to do that shit live. It would be, but we don't do that stuff anymore. And if you went to training camp, go to training camp. Or we'll be at training camp again next year, and we'll take a whole lot more film footage and stuff and show you guys. It's shorts and T-shirts and, a couple plays here and there. It's no real live action.
I believe it.
That's where we used to have to fight for our position. It was the best man out there, the guy who worked the hardest. Dez Bryant's never had to be that guy. It's always been Dez. He's the highest paid guy. He's going to be out on the field. He's our starting receiver.
The only time Dez had to fight in training camp is against the Rams.
Yeah, well, we saw how that worked out, didn't we?
Oh, yep.
J Farm, Dak had 29 total TDs. Yeah, right, exactly. And I know everybody thinks Dak sucked. Troy Aikman only had 1 year where he had 20 or more touchdowns.
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah. Our guy's got over 50-some touchdowns in 2 seasons. A season when he was first thrown in, literally not having any work. And, these guys are saying he's a bum. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, go figure. But, I can't help you guys. You can hate on him just like you hate on me because everybody always says I'm just a Dak Prescott lover and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, because I believe in the guy. And he's my quarterback, and I'm going to put my faith behind him. I'm not crazy about Jason Garrett, but he's our coach, so I'm going to hope that he does the right job and can win it all. I don't believe it'll happen, but I've got to put my faith on it because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I mean, what good is it going to do for me to just kill him for the rest? Right now, he needs support.
Yeah,
he needs all the help he can get.
I agree.
He needs everybody behind him, and then if at the end of the year he doesn't do it, get the bum out of here.
Speaking of which leads me to my next point where we were talking about Ridley at 19. Is Ridley more important than a guard? Which I don't think so. That's why.
No.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think that. I mean, I think that they'll pick Ridley if he's there. I do. In the bottom of my heart, I think they pick Ridley. I think they love Ridley. They met with him at the combine. They met with him again today.
He was in Dallas.
I mean, that's obviously the guy that they want. And I can't fault him for it. And I would be ecstatic if we have Calvin Ridley.
Well,
but we need a guard or we need a big fella on the
Yeah.
defensive side.
now it's possible that you can get a free agent that's out there. It's possible you can get a good offensive lineman too, maybe in the second round and stuff. But that's where it goes back to the whole thing of if you get an Earl Thomas or Vaccaro, safety. If we get one of those positions or two of those positions taken care of in free agency, it opens up a lot more in the draft. Everybody says we got 10 picks, but when you're talking about 6-round picks, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes you get lucky and you find a great guy in 6 and all that, but the chances aren't always that good. We got spoiled in 2016. That draft was not a normal draft.
True.
So we need some extra help. And the tight end was another spot that I should have put on the list there too. We could use another tight end. I know Michael Anthony Fitness over there believes in Rico Gathers.
Only because Witten's still here.
Well, no,
That's the only reason.
hey, look, he looks fantastic. Great stride, great leaping ability, but he got a concussion in practice on one hit where he hit the ground.
You know what though? I'm gonna put my theory hat on right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my theory hat on right now.
Do we
Get
need
this straight?
Oh.
I don't think he
Do
was
we
out.
need the foil hat?
Yeah, you can put the full hat on.
Okay.
Okay. Put the full hat on. All right. I don't believe that Rico was out with a concussion the whole year. I think they were holding Rico back. I really do. I think that they didn't want Rico. They didn't want to showcase his ability like that because he was eventually going to. I think that Rico was going to be a matchup problem, and it was going to put Witten in a situation where it's going to put Witten in a weird situation. I really believe that. I don't know why, but you see the guy rapping and doing all this other stuff. Light ain't bothering him now.
Because when I first started seeing some,
It just seems like a cowboy thing that they would do.
Okay.
I just think it seems like a cowboy thing they would do.
As that music was. Okay. All right. So we got the conspiracy theory here.
Yeah, conspiracy theory.
We got the tinfoil hat out. Okay.
Come back again, bro.
I was here when the Eagles. Holy Ways. That's true. Okay. You know what? That is true. Holy Ways was one of the few Eagle fans that have been with me for a long time, even when the Eagles were in the basement. So, yes, shout out for him. Now, some of these other Eagle asses, no, they just showed up after the Super Bowl. I've got no respect for those. But if you're a fan that shows up, win or lose, I got respect for you. I don't care what team you are. But like I said, those bandwagon ones, you guys can go pound dirt, man. I ain't got nothing for you. Matt McBride. Yeah, you know what? We gonna see. You give my man some protection and get a wide receiver that can get some separation, he'll be fine. And back to your point, if we take a guard, we'll say Will Hernandez, or you take Ridley, I'd go for Will Hernandez. I believe that you build from the lines out. If you have an offensive line that gives your quarterback time and can open up holes for Zeke, your wide receivers are going to get one-on-one coverage because they're going to put 8 men in the box to try and stop the run. Yeah. And if your quarterback has time, I don't care who the quarterback is. You give him 5-6 seconds, he's going to eat you up sooner or later.
And this is why I believe you go with guard here, because Will Hernandez and a DJ Moore or a Anthony Miller or somebody, a second-tier receiver, like Will Hernandez and a second-tier receiver is much better than getting Ridley in the second-tier D lineman or second-tier offensive lineman in this draft.
You need playmakers and stuff. That's where, oh, God, Vita. See, again, I'm just a fan just like you guys. But for me, I look at our offense, and we've had really good offenses before. 2014, offense was great. 2016, offense was great. The thing that killed us was we couldn't stop freaking Aaron Rodgers. We couldn't make plays down the stretch of the defense. To me, your defense has the biggest area that you can grow and make a bigger impact. It's always been, we got a great offense, and we're going to protect the defense. I'm tired. I am sick and tired of that, man.
Leave it to the Bears to be able to be the ones to stop Aaron Rodgers, right?
Right. But I want a defense that you're going to say, man, our defense is on the field. Something's going to happen. We're going to get the ball for our offense. I'm tired of hearing that our defense needs to be protected. It's time for our defense to stand on their own and to be a strength of the team.
Amen.
And you do that
Let the
by
church
getting
say
a
amen.
big man in the middle. You get a run-stopping linebacker in the middle, and you get a lights-out safety. And my man right here, I keep coining it. I give him the credit for it because he said, and I was like, damn, he is right. You control the middle of the field. You control the field.
I can't take all the credit, man. My head high school coach, who I coached with at Wakefield High School, Wayne Hogwood, he came up with that theory. So I got that from him, but it made complete sense, man.
It does.
It makes complete
was like,
sense.
wow.
In any sport that you play, it doesn't matter.
It's like the clouds opened up in the heavens, sunshine came out, and it's like, wow. That really has been our problem in our defense for a long, long time. We have not had a great tackle in forever. About probably the best one we've had was Jay Ratcliffe for a couple of years before, he turned into a real rat.
Before he got hurt and they wouldn't let him come back or
Right.
whatever. But think about it. We were good.
The defense was really good. We had a man in the middle, and that made DeMarcus Ware's job.
And we had Brady James.
Brady James, yeah, in the middle.
Ken Hamlin wasn't bad either.
Right.
He Pro Bowl safety.
Virginia's finest. Man, oh, wow, it's actually after 10. Man, time flies by when I'm talking with you guys, man. I think it was a great show. Marcus Tucker, make sure you email me at cowboysmark94@gmail, so that way I can get your address and get you your shirt in the mail. But if you didn't win tonight, don't worry. We're going to be doing another drawing on Monday, and let's see. Who should we do? I got Charles Haley. I've got Tyrone Crawford. We'll do Tyrone Crawford on Monday. How's that? We'll do Tyrone Crawford on Monday, and then next Friday we'll do either Charles Haley or DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, we'll do DeMarcus Lawrence on Friday. We got to save the best for last. My teammate, Charles Haley, Hall of Famer. So I'm going to give you the last words.
Were the last words?
Well, yeah. You tell everybody. Listen.
All right, man.
John has been putting in the work, okay? He's new to YouTube and stuff like that, but you can see, man, I think we got a great flow going on here, and we're just expanding and growing and trying to do a whole lot of stuff together. So my man John, show him plenty of love, man, and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, DMV, Dallas Cowboys. A lot of you guys have been showing me love. I really appreciate it. Shout out to VA Finest. You always out there, man. Appreciate the support.
All right, and you guys, you know where to find me. Right here every day. And now my new segment, I'm trying to make sure that everybody is caught up first thing in the morning. So the segment every morning, my first video is You Can't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. And we'll basically recap all the stuff that happens, because a lot of times I've gone to bed and in the middle of the night, all of a sudden my phone starts going off where shit's done happened,
I know.
And hopefully we don't have some crazy shit happen. I'm hoping so far our off season, it's been pretty quiet as far as our guys off the field, and I'm hoping it stays that way. But I'm hoping that all of you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. If anything breaks on Earl Thomas or Dez Bryant or anything, I'll be sure to pop a video and stuff in it. But first thing in the morning, we will do a recap. Thank everybody for all the support. And we will see you on Monday night at 9 o'clock. Peace out.